Hello everybody and welcome back to the Christmas headquarters.
Yes,
in Norway.
Yeah, and sit on it for a bit. Countdown to Christmas. And we're, as always, your hosts, Arne and Carlos.
Yes, we are.
So today's date is December
18th.
18th. It means we've already revealed 17 balls, out of which one ball had a double.
Yeah.
So that was the Moose. One ball actually had 4 different sides, which was yesterday's Winter Wonderland. And then all the rest are just singles, so that they are repeated 4 times.
Yeah.
It's not that challenging, is it?
No.
I mean, it's a good mix, I think. I mean, we've put in a few difficult, but most of them are easy.
You can't make it too easy.
No, we can't.
But Carlos, today I want to ask you something. So if we can do the formalities first, because I want to hear a story.
Okay, I'll tell you stories. But yeah, you're absolutely right. We need to do a little shout out to Prym and thank Prym for their support in order to make this Christmas calendar possible. And if you want to check out their amazing products, you got the information on the links down below in our description. So just go there and have a look.
And you know, Prym ergonomics, simply knit more easily.
Oh yeah, definitely. So what do you want to ask me?
You know, because like when we talk about things, like sometimes I just digress and I tell a lot of stories from when I was little and what happened. And I think it's time that you tell me a little bit more about your Christmas, because your Christmas was so different from what I had.
Yeah, well, yeah, different country, different traditions for sure.
Yeah, because like when did you see snow the first time?
When I was 4 or 5 in Stockholm, the year that my family lived in Stockholm. I was born in Brazil, but we were in Stockholm for a year or two when I was 4 or 5.
So you remember like vaguely?
Oh yeah, I remember the snow. I remember breaking my poor kindergarten teacher's arm when we were ice skating. It was at that time. Yeah, I don't remember the Christmas there though. I don't have memories of that Christmas. I really don't remember that.
Because we talked about like having a white Christmas and things, and you never had that when you were a kid.
Well, no, and actually even as an adult, it's very rare to have snow down in the south of Sweden where I come from. So yeah, my Christmases were quite different from yours. And I also have 2 different kinds of Christmases. I have the Christmases when we lived in South America.
Yeah.
And then I have the Christmases after I was 13 when we were back in Sweden, which is my father's home country. And I consider myself obviously Swedish. So one thing that I think is quite funny is that we buy the poinsettias. You know, we've got a lot of them here. We get these for Christmas every year, and it is such a hassle taking care of them. They die in front of our eyes. Either we give them too much water, we give them no water, we look for advice on internet on how to care for them. They pretty much last a Christmas, and by December 26th.
But there's one exception. We have one in the house. It actually is 2 plants in one pot.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
It hardly has the red leaves, but we had that one. We had for
we've had that for like 4 years. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So we managed one plant, but like every year they just die.
Yeah, and I, as I was saying, we care for them and we never succeed. But I remember when we lived in Venezuela, which is very near the equator, and the climate there is the same most of the year, or pretty much the same. And I remember we had a hedge of this poinsettia, and it was red for Christmas, and it was huge. I mean, they were like tall and really thick and really beautiful. So for me that was very strange when we ended up moving back to Sweden in the early 80s, in 1983 when I was 13. And we had the little pots with poinsettias, and they were red for a little while, and then they died. Yeah. And in South America we had like these really big
like a
hedges. Yeah.
You were like hiding in the.
Yeah, it was different. It was different.
Cool. Because I remember one of the first years we were here for Christmas, and we went down and we bought these small, what do you call them in English?
Poinsettias, I think. I call them Christmas plants.
Yeah.
Julestjerne. Christmas
in Norwegian
stars.
it's called Julestjerne, Christmas star. And I remember we came home with this one, and that was the first time you talked about the hedge.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Because it's quite funny. Yeah, but other than that, our Christmases would have been quite the same in Sweden and in Venezuela, except the weather.
And
Venezuela.
Did your father dress up like the Santa Claus?
Yeah, I have pictures of a Santa Claus wearing a mask, but it was more the American one.
Yeah.
And let's see what I can tell you about this. Yeah, we had a traditional Swedish Christmas, so the food is quite different from the Norwegian. It's more like a smörgåsbord with meatballs and Janssons frestelse and Christmas ham and all the different cabbages. And but it's celebrated on Christmas Eve as well, just as like in Norway, just different style of food. But
you opened it in your family. I remember your parents were here, and then you opened it.
Well, yeah, in our
earlier.
Yeah, because our Christmas Eve, it was a big Christmas lunch, traditionally served at about 2 or 1 o'clock. So 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock we had a traditional Christmas lunch, and then at 3 o'clock we watched Donald Duck. Yeah. This is in Sweden. We watched Kalle Anka, and then the gifts were opened around 4. And then in the evening we had the ris alla malta, which is a sweet porridge with cream and milk and orange peel. It's very delicious. And there's always an almond. And then somebody would get a gift.
The marzipan pig.
Yeah. And instead of skiing on Christmas Day as we do here, I think I went on my racing bike in Venezuela, down the block and back as cool. Biking. And and in Sweden, the Christmases were similar, but of course in Venezuela they were celebrated in pure summer. In Sweden we celebrated them in winter, but not a white Christmas. I don't remember ever having a white Christmas in Sweden.
No, because you came from the south, close to the Denmark.
Yeah, and it doesn't snow there.
Not
much anyway. There's a lot of wind, so there's no.
It's very different from my childhood, but it's cool. And now you love go skiing and you love the snow.
Yeah, become a proper Norwegian. I've lived here for over 20 years now.
Yeah,
and
you should change your citizenship.
Yeah. Well, not change it, but I'm going to get the Norwegian.
Or you can get the double. Yeah.
Anyway, my Christmas has changed dramatically after I met you. And I think the first white Christmas I celebrated here was actually the millennium. Yeah. So the year 2000 was our first Christmas together.
Yeah, that was the first
and I suppose in honor of the millennium, so the year 2000, I think that the trendiest Christmas decorations for the millennium were the shooting stars.
Yeah, you see the offspring brought out star.
Yeah, this one you bought a few years later. It's very cute. It's actually that was hot. Sorry about that.
Don't touch it.
That's okay. We
have too many accidents here.
Yeah, it's.
Is it supposed to hang in the window?
It's supposed to hang in the window.
I think it's nicer when you burned yourself.
Oh,
you should go and get cold water.
No, I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I barely touched it. It's just like I let it go immediately as a reflex. Don't worry, I'm fine.
But it's nice talking about stars and the flower.
Yeah.
I feel so sorry for you.
It's okay.
No.
You know what?
We talk about stars.
If we're lucky, this is the worst that can happen. I mean, we haven't burned down the house yet. We still haven't, injured ourselves.
That was close.
Yeah, that was a little bit painful, but it's okay.
But talking about that flower.
Yeah.
In Norway, that's called julestjerne. That's the Christmas star.
It is.
This is the star that the elves.
The little elves brought
down. So this brings us to the ball.
Well, and then the millennium. My first Christmas
the millennium
together with you was in the millennium. So we've got that and then the millennium star was kind of like the big deal.
It was. There's a big one next to the airport in Oslo.
For the millennium, yeah.
Was it for
Yeah.
So there's a. It goes without saying we have a star for you today.
Yeah.
A shooting star.
We do, yes.
Yeah. You're a shooting star, you know?
Yeah. And I just...
You look like one.
Anyway. Don't worry about it.
Should we talk about the competition first or show the ball?
No, we'll show the ball first.
Okay, so this is the ball for the day. And this is the shooting star. And we have Swarovskis on one side so far.
Have you ever seen a shooting star?
Yeah, you know what you should do when you see a shooting star? You should wish for something. 3 things.
Really, 3? I only made 1 wish.
You should. I think I do 3.
I've seen a couple.
Maybe I'm greedy. I just want more.
Yeah, no, you're not greedy. I've seen a couple. I think I've seen one here.
Yeah, you see it. If there's a clear sky, you can see them because we live high
up in the
so
north.
It's so easy to see the stars.
Yeah. And
but you should wish for something, but you shouldn't tell anyone.
No, I never tell what I wish for. Yeah, no, I've seen several shooting stars here. An occasional aurora borealis as well. Very rare here. We are still quite far south, but it has happened. I think the biggest and strongest aurora borealis ever here was when we were in Scotland. In 2015.
We didn't see it.
We
heard
didn't see
about
it.
it or read about it in the news.
Yeah, but we woke up in the morning and apparently it had been all over Scotland as well. So
because it was like a lot of colors. Because what we normally see up here is more like a white curtain. And
there's some green in it too, but I call it more like a mother of pearl kind of thing.
It's not like the spectacular one you have further north.
No, but it's still green. I mean, there's green around it as well. It's a nice aurora borealis. I've seen it a couple of times, but it actually goes very quick here.
Yeah.
It's like now you see it, now you don't.
But I remember when we were kids, when we saw it, we lay down on our back in the snow, and then we were looking up, and then my grandmother said, if you whistle to the aurora borealis, it will dance for you. And then we were whistling, and we saw that it was moving. And I think in other parts of Norway, you shouldn't do this because that could be dangerous.
Yeah.
But where I come from, we did it. But you didn't have that in South America. No chance.
I did not have that in South America.
You had like clogs and hot pants and.
I never wore hot pants. I don't know where you get that idea. I wore shorts.
Pictures.
Shorts.
It looked like a hot
No,
pant.
they were not.
You know
hot
the
pants.
split in the side.
Anyway, so today's Christmas ball is dedicated to the sky, the beautiful shooting stars, the aurora borealis, that we can't actually make into a Christmas ball because then we tried or we thought about it and it just doesn't work. So a shooting star instead is the ball of December 18.
And we like them in green, white and red, so we can't do it.
No. Anyway, we've got a great little Christmas star that I think, because you asked me all the questions, I'm going to hang this one up.
Yeah, but first you have to talk about the competition.
Oh, yeah.
Or I can do it, because you're shocked now.
No, I'm not shocked.
No?
I'm okay.
Because we have a competition, so if you post the pictures of your Christmas ball or your balls on Instagram and hashtag ARNE CARLOS or sit and knit for a bit,
yes,
then we will pick 2 winners. There will be 2 winners who get a tote bag with this picture, and this is very rare. This is made in Japan for our made in Japan for our from our fan club.
Yeah.
Well,
no. We made these for the Norwegian Coastal Express. Hurtigruten.
Oh yeah, this was.
It's for the people that do our knitting cruise in Norway.
Now I'm really confused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and okay, whatever. It's a tote bag, and then you have our idea book, project bag, an idea book that we will sign for you, and loads of knitting needles from Prym.
Yes. So post your images. Hashtag ARNE CARLOS. Hashtag sit and knit for a bit. In January, Arne and I are going to select each one our favorite image, and we will be sending out 2 prizes that you may be eligible to win. The more entries you put in, the more chances you have of winning, because we will select an image each among all the images that we see. Okay, and yeah, we're looking forward to that. If you are just joining us now and you're wondering where the knit along is, you can get the calendar at arnecarlos.com. Go to our web shop and it's there. And it's still not too late to start. I mean, these balls are knitted quite fast. This is a quick knit. There's not much twisting of
no. And if you don't finish them this
floats.
year, if you don't finish them this year, you can continue next year.
Yeah, definitely.
There's always Christmas.
So I'm going to be hanging this up, which means you do the formalities.
Yeah, and then I will bring you into the kitchen and put your finger in cold water.
No, it's fine.
Because tomorrow you will have a bandage.
No, I won't. I'm okay.
Okay. So if you like the videos, thumbs up, and if you subscribe and put on the notification, you will have a message every time.
Ding, 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 ding.
I forgot the bell.
Yeah.
And you will have a message every time there's a new video, and even better if you're on the mailing list.
Mm-hmm.
You won't miss anything, because then you have then you know everything before other people.
Exactly.
Know.
So just get on our mailing list, subscribe to our channel, turn on the notifications, and engage with us in these episodes.
And we will see you tomorrow with a new ball.
Yes, very exciting as we get closer to the 4th of Advent, meaning that we're even closer to Christmas.
Oh, we have. Is that next time?
No, but it's soon.
It's soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, today's 18. So it's soon.
Okay. Soon.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.
I'm okay. It's okay. It's okay.